You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, companion podcast to PJ4F.com, the number one podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. We ain't doing that shit this week. No, sir. No, sir. That's a different kind of beast. Hey, welcome to the Pillaging Pandemic. We're going to pillage this pandemic. I don't care, man. We've been off the air way too long. Unfortunate circumstances as they are, but this pandemic can't stop us, man. This is the tightest clique in Raider Nation. How y'all doing, man?
Doing good, bro.
Yeah?
Doing good. Just ate up a fucking feast.
Yeah, what did you cook?
Oh, man. Well, I queued it up. The weather wasn't working with me, but I was like, you know what? God damn it, if I'm not going to barbecue, even if there ain't no goddamn sun. Right? So I'm going to go out there. I'm going to cook up some ribs. So I cooked up some St. Louis style ribs, some drums, some chicken drums. And then my brother, he had bought some stuff too. So he pulled out some fucking hot links and some more chicken. So
damn,
we ate good, man. We ate good.
Damn. What about you?
A little bit of salad, a little bit of mash.
There you go. Kane, you had a little Easter feast going on, man. What did you cook up?
I had ham, baked ham, green, collard greens mixed with mustard greens, potato salad, and homemade macaroni and cheese. Fire.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
And Bobby wasabi.
It might not be the healthiest meal, but it's just what I do.
Hey, that's why you got to throw that. That's why you got those greens in there, man. Even if it's the mustard and with the whole variety, I've never had those, man. I want to try that.
It's the country mix.
Is that
mustard, collard, and turnip?
Oh yeah.
And it come in a bag. It's called the country mix.
That sounds fire, dude. I'm about to try that, man.
And Bobby wasabi. Is that Bobby wasabi that I hear right there?
That's right, bro. I'm still around. I'm still alive. I mean, I look terrible as hell, man, because I haven't gotten a haircut in over 2 months now, bro.
Oh, same, dude. Here, check it out. You guys haven't seen me with hair before. I got a lot of
hair. That's a throwback, dog. Throw a pencil mustache on that and, man, fucking lose you, bro.
Yo, Kenny's gonna have to part that shit, bro. He's gonna part that shit pretty soon.
That's it. They got that pumpkin pie cut. That pumpkin pie cut.
Nah, shit, I'm supposed to stay shaved and shit. All this, I'm supposed to keep all this off, but I ain't been having to go into the office because of COVID-19. They scared they don't want us to come in the office and shit. So it's a whole different thing. So I ain't had to check into the office, and then I just go to work and go home. I'm growing my goatee back. Like fuck it, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
because of that, I have a long one when it's over.
Because of this,
going to the office.
Because of this COVID-19, I fucked around and gained the COVID-15. I'm getting fat over here, man. It's good to have you guys. It's good to have you guys back together. I keep looking over to my left. I don't see Che and Bobby, but there you guys are right in front of me, man. So those of you guys that are tuning in, welcome back. We are going to try live streaming this next week and see if that works for y'all. We'll still be sheltering in place, but that'll give us a chance to interact with you guys live. That's the only thing missing right now, but we're going to do this thing anyways. I hope you guys have been listening. I've been doing these home invasions a few times a week. I'll be calling some random pillagers. I'm going to keep doing that next week. So stay by your phone. You never know. Kenny Stapler's going to give you a phone call and we'll chop it up a little bit, talk about the draft, talk about how you guys are doing, make sure, just doing a little sanity check on all you pillagers out there. But we had to get back to doing what we love so much. Tonight's show, it's going to be a little bit different. Consider it a callback to when Kane and I first started. No segments, no sound drops. The sound isn't the best, but we won't be taking calls. But we're here, man. We're here. We're hanging out. And it's good to see my partners in crime again.
Hell yeah.
See, that's why I wore the pendleton, dog. I was like, we're going to go throwback, dog. I might as well get that fucking... Get that old feeling like when I was in middle school, dog, Fucking Chucks on the Pendleton, dog.
Just to give you a description, Bobby is looking real gangster right now in the black and white Pendleton, but he's got the lid to set it all off. He's got that brand new Pillaging Just for Fun lid, script hat from OneNationFanwear.com. Make sure you go there. They are all on sale right now. There was a manufacturing issue. Johnny got that all squared away. The hats look so fire right now. They're the same as the proudly hated hats you see us wearing. Very comfortable. They're Auto brand hats, so you know they're legit. These are more comfortable than my New Era hats. My New Era hats, they're just collecting dust right now. I'm wearing these One Nation fan wear caps. That's what I'm rocking. But less about that, more about this. I know I said there wasn't going to be any segments, but I know you guys are drinking beer, and I know you want to share that with the people. So why don't you tell them what the chela of the day is?
Oh, we got a few. We got a few for you today. We're all going to share one today. But I'm going to start it off. I'm going to crack this one off. I got this Belching Beaver Hazers Gun Haze. And they're going to haze, man. Hazers are going to haze.
For all you hazers out there.
And for all the hazers out there, I decided to dedicate this to all the fucking, all the haters have been commenting on our posts. You know, I thought this was only fitting that I dedicate this chela to y'all. Because y'all like to be in our mentions when we don't even fucking talk to you. Man. But this right here is a hazy IPA. And you know Belchy Beaver never does me wrong, bruh. Let me see. I'm looking for this ABV. This is a 6.6. So it's nice. It's a light IPA. Let's see.
That's a big mug right there.
That's almost like an amber.
Yeah, look at see. It's nice and foggy.
Mm-hmm.
That's that hazy. That's that haziness you're looking for with a good beer. Look at that. I like that. It's unfiltered.
Very nice. Very nice.
So right there, man. That's it's nice. I like it. It's nice. It's not like super overpowering. It's not like a strong IPA, which is not the case with most hazies. Nice citrus flavor, right? Real crisp. Juicy, man. It just tastes juicy, and there's a little bit of hoppiness, some bitterness on the back end, but overall, real light drinker. And I can see us taking out a few 4-packs of these right here.
Hey, yeah. Belching Beaver, Almanac, Modern Times, get at us, man.
Hell yeah, man! I've been promoting your shit for years now.
Come on. Not only that, and now you collecting it too. I saw your little scrapbook that you got going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Bobby and Shay are both starting murals with these beer labels. And if you're into beer and you're a collector, I suggest you peel these labels and slap them up on a wall somewhere in your man cave. That's a cool little hobby. And we got a special guest on the show. Who's that, Kane?
This is Thanos.
That's your little pup right there.
My little 8-month-old French bulldog. Say hi to everybody. Say hi to everybody.
He's a cutie, man. Look at that dude. Look at that dude. Oh, he's cool, man. Fuck. I wish I could.
Snorting it up, man. Snorting it up.
Like that chest right there too. That white patch you got.
I like that. That.
If he bothering the soundbite, I'll put him outside. Man.
No, that's cool. He's good.
Nah, you good.
Yeah, okay. That's a part of this. That's part of the patois, as Joey Diaz would say. We got any other beers to share out, or you guys want to save that for later in the show?
Let's see. I got this Hua Haze. It's the Knee Deep Brewing Company, and like you guys said, talking about collecting all these stickers, man. Y'all some talented motherfuckers over here. Fucking music and fucking artistic and whatnot. And me, it's like, what the hell am I gonna do? It's like, well, look at these. I'll do like to enjoy a couple chelas, and these you could just peel off the stickers, man. So I started just making that little mural, like Kenny said, man. So hey, it's one hell of a hazy IPA. It tastes delicious, man.
There you go.
Well, I guess I'll share, which something I really never do, but I'm drinking Lagunitas, a little something hazy.
Ah, man, I want to try that.
There you go.
I had bought little something normal. First of all, I had it on the counter, and then homeboy was like, "Oh no, you want to go back and try the limited edition?"
Yeah, wow.
Little something hazy.
That little something is one of my favorites.
Right. He was like, "I won't be ordering this for something long, for a long time." So it's a hazy. Look, I'm not beerified like y'all brothers is. I can tell you the shit tastes good. I like it. I don't like that watermelon shit y'all be drinking. So.
No, we don't like that either, bro. We don't like that either.
This tastes like real beer. I mean, I didn't mean it like that, especially to you. No disrespect to you, especially, but I'm just saying, This is the shit right here.
Shout out to Dutch Raider, bro. But if you bring that hell or high watermelon around one more time, one more time, man, I'm gonna make you shotgun the whole pack. All right, we don't want that. We don't drink that, man. We don't want that, bro.
We love you, Dutch.
My boy must have bought 125 pack because that's the only beer he brought last season.
It must have been like $10.99 for a case. Shit, you know they live right by Lagunitas, so you know.
And maybe he's sponsored by them, dog. Who knows?
We should probably edit that, but yeah. So
he probably hijacks fucking trucks, bro. He sees the
they literally live on Lagunitas Boulevard.
Okay.
Literally. Yeah. So there's not too like literally.
Here's a picture of Dutch right now with scoring a case of hell or high watermelon. Y'all can't see that. Y'all can't see that. All right, no more visual jokes, Kenny. All right, well, let's keep it moving, man. Thanks for the shout outs, guys. You got a shout out to Knee Deep Brewing Company. Shout out to Lagunitas, and of course the Belching Beaver. Belching Beaver has that flavor award on lock. Every single one of their beers, big on flavor, big, bold flavors. From that peanut butter milk stout, which is the first, all the way to the last. I still want to try that. All the way to the last. All right, so let's get it going, man. Again, I already plugged One Nation Fanwear. I'm going to tell you guys again, go get that hat. Go get that Pillaging Just for Fun hat. You got the hoodies. It's rain season right now. They promised us sun this weekend. That did not happen. But what does it matter? I'm not going outside anyways. So we've officially begun. Let's go around the room. I just want to do a sanity check with y'all. Make sure you guys are doing okay and see how you're passing the time. Che, I know you've been getting down lately with the brush.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell these folks what you've been working on?
Yeah, I think I should go ahead and let them know what's going on. So, shit, man, it's been a while since we kind of gave people a heads up that something was coming down the line, right? We were talking about some giveaways and things of that nature. And so one of the plans was to bust out some pieces, some Raider art, if you will, and then find a way to give those away, or whether it be a competition, whether it be the best call, whatever it may be, but something to show that we appreciate the support, right?
Yeah.
And also motivate more people to tune in. So that's what I've been working on, man. I've been kind of all over the place, honestly. I've been working on some personal stuff, but then I've also been it's all personal, right? But definitely those had a little bit of an intention, right? So I've been working on a Bo Jackson piece that's been floating around the interwebs. It's been hiding behind my videos and pictures, just slightly hinting at it.
You've seen it. You may not know you've seen it, but you've seen it.
Yeah, you may not have known that you saw it, but you
Easter
saw
eggs. It. Easter eggs, bro.
So yeah, it's a little Easter egg in the background.
Hey, happy Easter to y'all, man. Happy Easter to y'all. By the way,
yeah, same to all y'all, man.
Hopefully, right.
But yeah, man. So I've been working on those pieces, dog. And they're small pieces. They're nothing like, they're not this gigantic artwork, but I'm putting in some time, man. And I'm every evening, whether it's like an hour, 45 minutes, a couple hours, few hours. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'm staying up late working on it, but I'm trying to bust these out, man. I'm trying to get these out so we have a few of them built up, and then we can figure out how to best use them.
There you
know
go.
What I mean? There
you go.
Yeah.
What about you, Bobby? How you spending the time, bro?
Honestly, just been hanging out with my little Bobby boy. Just he definitely enjoys the extra attention that I'm giving him here, just hanging out at the house.
That's cool.
But besides that, there's been some this little project that I've been working with my boy. I'm not sure if you guys remember Rob Ramo.
Yeah.
Well, my boy, him and I were working on some project before this whole thing went down, and it's getting together, and we're gonna get a whole YouTube channel going and whatnot. And it's just these movie reviews that we do on some very
movie reviews.
on some very special times and whatnot. So
Movies.
you guys
That's what's up.
I mean, I forget myself sometimes that I'm being
fun guys at the movies.
Definitely, man. So just that, man, and just watching some of these throwback videos. I had to.
There you go.
It's funny that you said that you be having hair. I was. That's exactly what I said when I saw like some of the original recordings of you and Che back when you guys only had the one flag, trying to hide everything in the background. And I was like, oh shit, dude, this guy got hair.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. I was like, I've never seen him like that, dude. Usually you got it all clean cut. I've just been doing that, man. Just watching all these throwback videos, dog, and just trying to.
I had the goatee back then too.
So y'all ain't never held a pair. So don't none of y'all know how to cut hair.
I cut my own hair. I cut my own hair.
I've been cutting my own hair since I've been like in the 10th grade.
I just haven't because I'm not going to the office, so I figured.
I mean, I go to barbershops, but if I need to cut my own hair, I can line my shit up. I can cut my goatee. Yeah. I can do the whole nine. Like black folks, we know how to cut our own hair.
Well, my thing was
we grew up cutting each other. You know
well, see, my thing was
I got some clippers. I can cut you. You know what I'm saying? Shit, hey.
See, my thing is that I always feared that I was going to lose my hair, especially because some of my uncles was bald. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of this motherfucker as much as I can and let it grow a little longer than just having it short.
Bobby
so I've always had it a little bit long and, always combed it to the back. And now it's kind of starting to bite me in the ass because you're starting to have like that, like you know how like when you forget to like cut the lawn and it starts to like overgrow like onto the sidewalk. Like, it looks like it's starting to like overgrow like over the ears and whatnot, man. It's terrible.
Starting
to clippers around it, bro.
Starting to spread to your thighs, huh, Bobby? That's
you can slap a. Hey, let me tell you.
That's what you're really hitting at. That's what you're really hitting at.
Oh, we're about to launch into a Manscaped fucking commercial.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Slap a guard on them motherfucking clippers. You know what I'm saying? For my brown brothers, slap a guard on them clippers. A 2, a 2, and do your thing. You ain't gonna fuck up. Slap a 3 if you need to slap a 3 on. You won't cut. Che or whoever, whenever y'all goes low, Kenny, you slap a 1, a 2.
I use a 2. The minute I use a 1, the Mexicans get nervous, so I gotta rock the
2. See, I just asked my lady for one of her nylons, and I'm just wearing that hairnet, dog.
Last time I used the one, the Mexican dude next to me was trying to sharpen his toothbrush, and I was like, nah.
Then Bobby, you need to button up that. You need to button up that first. You need to button up that first one if you're talking about wearing a hairnet. Oh, he go okay.
All right. So, Kane, besides cutting your own hair, man, how you been spending the time, dog?
Hey, you know what? Getting drunk and high, going to work. That's it. And I ain't
real
motherfucking lying.
Man, you're really out there, though. You're really out there, bro.
Getting drunk, high, and eating. And eating junk food. I ain't been cooking nothing fancy. I'm just like, I'm drunk with a motherfucker. What can I eat tonight? Oh, I think I'm going to cook me some breakfast for dinner. That shit easier than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Let me fire me up some, you know what I'm saying? Or motherfucker, let me fry me some hot links or something.
Yeah.
I'm by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My baby mama, like, the kids can't come see you because you going to work every day.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like nobody's wants to, I'm keeping it real. Nobody wants to see me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at home. Mm-hmm. After I get off work, I'm drunk than a motherfucker. You'd be lucky to catch me sober at 8:30.
Man.
At night.
I started wearing the mask 2 weeks ago and people are looking at me sideways. Now everybody wants to know where I got the mask from. Yeah.
Right.
Nobody knew who I was until I put the mask on. You feel me?
See, I put my mask on too, dog, but it's a ski mask.
Yeah, they got holes in the wrong places, man. Just like your cellmate from 87, bro.
Hey, you know what?
Hey, I want y'all to try being an essential worker. No one wants to see you when you're an essential worker. Trust and believe it. People are sitting online. I listen to KCBS 740 every day, all day.
I listen to that too.
Call in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Motherfuckers call in complaining about being sheltered in place and when it's gonna go back, this and that, blah 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 blah. I'm out here in this shit.
Yeah, you
think I want to be out here? I am scared than a motherfucker. I ain't no punk. I'm scared of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to die.
You know what I'm saying? And they're saying it can't.
I called my oldest daughter crying and was like, if I die, I need you to have a motherfucking a service for me.
We ain't gonna let you die, dog.
I need you to have a memorial for me.
We ain't gonna let you go, bro.
Homies, and I said, get on Twitter. I gave her my information. Like, I'm not bullshitting. This is some real shit. I'm like, I'm out here in this shit. I got Asian customer. I'm just saying, look, bro, I'm out here in this shit.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Careful with the Asians, bro. It ain't their fault.
Yeah.
The virus is from China. Fault. It's a Chinese virus. It's from China.
Just know if you're going into a factory where there's nothing but that working there, you almost want to ask the question like, hey, if any of y'all motherfuckers been to China lately, you know what I'm saying? And you be cool and I can't
fuck China. Have you been to New York, man? Have you been to New York? I feel when we went to New York in November, I was sick as a dog, and they were saying it was coming out early. So I'm worried. I'm the one that brought that to New York, man. You can put that on me. But I feel you, Kane. My lady's an essential worker. She works at a hospital. She's in radiology. She's doing chest X-rays all day, every day. First contact with these COVID patients. I haven't seen her in 3 weeks. You know, she gets home, she changes in the garage, she goes straight to the shower, and she lives alone too. And she's lonely as hell too. So I feel you, man. But I appreciate you being out there. It is a scary time, but we ain't gonna let you pass on, dog. If it comes down,
both my daughters are essential workers too.
Damn.
You know that, right?
Damn.
My daughter is a flight attendant.
That's right.
And my other daughter is a ramp agent.
That's right.
So, and then my son-in-law and my niece is another. Yeah, my whole family work at the fucking San Francisco airport, man.
Well, shit,
you know
man.
What I'm saying?
After this is over, we all gonna get together. I'm gonna cook you guys a nice meal. We're gonna get together. We're gonna do it real proper because I miss y'all faces, man. Much less we haven't had a Raider game. We may not even have another Raider game for another year. We don't know. But with all that aside, I know everyone listening right now is like, when are they going to talk football? We're going to talk football right now. Let's get into this, man, because before we took a break, we started this greatest Raider of all time bracket. I think some of you are starting to finally understand that there is 64 names in this tournament and not 4.
I could have sworn there was only 2.
The greatest Raider of all time tournament is not just Jim Otto, Donald Penn, Steve Wisniewski, and Lincoln Kennedy, okay? There's a lot more behind that, okay? This is just the beginning. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So I'm going to give you guys the results of the first round, and I'm going to let you guys know what the second round is going to be. So this week, as I mentioned, we had rank number 1 versus rank number 16. We had Otto versus Donald Penn, and that shook out a little closer than expected, but people on the blog, they play too much, man. But
yeah,
the bottom line is it came out the way we thought it should. Jim Otto took this round with 64% of the votes over Donald Penn with 36%. But hey, that's a good showing for Donald Penn, who barely squeaked into the bracket, as it were. And the second matchup we had this week was the Wiz versus a man that was so bad they had to name him after 2 assassinated presidents. That's how bad he is. And when I say bad, I mean good. And that is Lincoln Kennedy. And that was a close one. That was really close. Steve Wisniewski came out on top with 52% of the vote versus a 48% for Lincoln Kennedy. Did you guys expect that matchup to be so close?
Yeah, I did, honestly. I mean, both of them being on the same line at the same time, right? Part of that last Super Bowl team. Yep. I expected that. Then they were both consistent, right? They were on the squad for how many years, man? Like both drafted, right? They're both drafted by the Raiders.
That's a good question, man. I'm gonna look that up right now.
I think so. I could be wrong.
Where's Raider Room, man? Where's Raider Room, man?
Exactly.
Yeah, I know, right? But we don't know.
Yeah, Steve Wisniewski drafted by the Los Angeles Raiders.
We don't know them as anything else but Raiders. You know what I mean? So
yep.
That tells you all you need to know about those two guys, and the fact that they were
Lincoln Kennedy. Lincoln Kennedy played in Atlanta his first 2 years. He was the Falcons from 93 to 95, joining the Raiders for the 96 season, and then finished out. Oh, he played for the Tampa Bay Storm. That must have been, what is that? Is that an arena league? What is the Tampa Bay? Yeah, Arena Football League. I did not know that.
That might have been. No, is it arena? He played for Arena Football?
Yeah, he played Arena Football for 2 years.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I did not know that about you.
That was after the Raiders?
That was after the Raiders, man. That was 2007 and 2010. Not through 2010, but 2007 and 2010. So about 4 years after he retired from the NFL, he joined Arena Football. I did not know that, Link.
That's crazy.
I got to ask you about that next time we talk. That's interesting. I want to know what that's like. Mm-hmm.
You know who else joined the X League while we were talking about other leagues? You know who else joined a different league that was a pretty popular player in the NFL?
Who's that?
Marquette King.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
He played in the XFL.
That's true.
So
that's right.
So,
and I was going to say the one thing I believe why I was so close to, I expected Wisniewski to pull out ahead, but I knew it was going to be so close because honestly, half of the excitement why a lot of fans like Link is just because, I mean, shit, we've all been out there. He's out in the tailgates, man.
He's out there, bro.
He really just rolls through right with everybody else. So definitely I saw why it was so close. Even though they was from the same squad, I could see why they were so damn close because of that, honestly.
An honorable mention. I should mention, too, that Wisniewski won this with a total of 420 votes. So shout out to you, Wisniewski. Nice.
Hell yeah. I got to say this, though. I did vote for Link, and for the same reasons you just mentioned, Bobby. Like, not just the fact that he was one of our best right tackles that we've ever had, right? Yeah. But the bottom line is that the dude is out there. He mingles with the fans, and he's blessed us a couple times on this show, right? And even when he doesn't come through, if he sees us and we're out there podcasting in the tailgate, he always comes through, either gives us dap or he gives us that little, points at us and says, what's up? He's a cool ass dude. Link is always down for the people, man. So that's why he got my vote.
Grinding that big ass cigar, man. Player. Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, right? Well, that big stogie on the way out.
That's big stogie.
I'm cool with Lincoln Kennedy.
Yeah.
Everybody know I'm cool with Lincoln Kennedy. When I see him, I run up to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to deny that. So, obviously, I don't really run up to other players. So, obviously, this is a receptible player to fans, but at the same time.
I just picture Kane running like Carlton right now up the league.
I had to vote for Wisniewski. I think Wiz was a solid part of the, when John Gruden came, getting everything going back, he was a part of that. And then we brought Lincoln in. See, Lincoln came after that. So when I looked at those two players and I was going to take a vote, I had to say who was here, who was drafted here, who was part of the building of this process, and then who helped this process get to succession, from being drafted here. And I have to say Wisniewski. Lincoln Kennedy, I love you, bruh. You're the most welcoming player to the fans that I have ever met. Even before I met you, you probably don't even know, bro. I met you like way back when I was like 28, 29 years old. You probably don't even fucking know that. That's how cool you've been. You've always been that way since I've known you to be a Raider. You've always been that way. But at the same time, when I took my vote, I went back and said, this player was drafted by the Raiders. He went through all of Al Davis's GM bullshit mistake picks and everything. And then, the chaos and all this shit. And we finally got Gruden. And all of those players that was in LA, they were and that went through Al Davis's post Ron Wolf drafts.
Yeah.
They deserve to be noted.
Yeah.
As one of the greatest players on this roster. Not because their stats or we won or lost or whatever, but because they persevered through everything that we all as fans went through during that time period. And you came out as a winner on the end.
And if I remember right, Wisniewski was actually an assistant offensive line coach the year that Al Davis passed away in 2011.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He was an offensive line coach. And he was actually still on the roster when we went to the Super Bowl too. In the 2002 Super Bowl. So, he's in my mind, he's like a Cliff Branch. He's been there, been there through everything. In his time frame. Like a Tim Brown. Maybe I should say like a Tim Brown. He was drafted. And Tim Brown was drafted tandem same year.
That's true. So, Facts. Facts. So next week's matchup, let's talk about it a little bit, is going to be Dave Casper, ranked number 5, versus John Ritchie, who was ranked number 12. That'll be interesting to see how it plays out just with the younger generation versus those of us that know who Dave Casper is. Not saying that nobody doesn't, but when you sit with the player, you watch that player play versus a guy that you know about. People's affinity tends to lean towards the people that they got to watch. So, a lot of people scratching their heads about John Ritchie being on there, but John Ritchie is beloved to many, many Raider fans. Just seeing that blood drip down his face, all that stuff. I really epitomized him as being a Raider, the epitome of being a Raider during a time where, we were scraping the barrel for people like that. So, and he was a part of that Gruden team as well. Also, we'll be looking at Art Shell, who is ranked number 4, versus Barrett Robbins, ranked number 13. So there should be some interesting comments there as well. So I don't know. Who do you guys got? Dave Casper versus John Ritchie. Kane, let's go to you, man. You got to see both players play. Who do you got?
Dave Casper.
Right?
There's no question.
No question.
Close to the ghost, baby. He won a Super Bowl with the Raiders. There's no question. It's like, I know we made these brackets, but it's almost unfair in some of the way the brackets landed. And it's just how
For now. I think it's going to get tougher as we get into the later ones, but yeah.
But we got to remind these haters, these trolls, and all these people that's asking all these questions on your website, that's talking about, why this person wasn't named, why this person. You motherfuckers don't listen to the show. Get the fuck out of here.
We got a lot,
or don't.
Got a lot of good names on there, man. I mean, you try to pull together 64 greats and tell me that you don't have a couple players on the margin that you're not sure if they should be there. Had to fill out the bracket. 64 is a lot when you're talking about the greatest of all time. So, some of these early matchups are going to be cakewalks. I was tempted to doctor it and make some better ones, but that's why we rank these guys, because we're doing it just like a tournament bracket. It's the 1 seed versus the 16 seed. Otto versus Donald Penn. That shouldn't be close. It should be a blowout, and it was.
I absolutely. Quit trying to troll. Do what the fuck you do. Quit trolling, Dakota. Quit trolling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man,
You know what? The one thing that I've been doing as well that I forgot to mention is that I've been watching a lot of these old Raider games, man. Been watching a lot of just not just the Super Bowls, but the games as well, because it goes to show you the work that they put in to actually get to the Super Bowl, to actually see Dave Casper out there, running the field. It's something else, man. It's definitely the time right now for those of us who have the ability to stay home, who aren't gonna go nowhere. This is the time to basically
do your homework.
Old film, exactly. Study old film, and not only that, just be a better football fan, a better Raider fan, man,
and respect to these guys.
Talk about what's going on.
Guys like Jim Otto, who maybe never made more than $100,000 a year during his career, at the most. Dave Casper probably cashing $50,000 checks at the end of the season. Some of y'all make more than that in a year. Some of y'all don't. So you know what the pain is. The next matchup should be an easy one too. Art Shell versus Barrett Robbins. I mean, that should be Art Shell at the 4 seed right there. But it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Again, trolls aside, we'll see how many people really know the value in a guy like Art Shell. Love him or hate him, a guy that came back as a coach, took us to the playoffs. Hey, for what it's worth, took us to the playoffs. So, Art Shell did his time as a Raider too. And Barrett
not 2.0. Not 2.0.
Not 2.0.
Art Shell 2.0 fucked up his 1.0.
Yeah, he did. He tarnished that. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you shouldn't have never came back with that bed and breakfast ass bullshit. You fucked up your whole legacy by letting Al Davis talk your
with that
nobody wanting your ass
with that bacon and eggs offense.
Come back to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you know what? In
that continental breakfast, right?
If we all got a heart, you know why this motherfucker came back, right? You know why he came back the second time? He came back the second time because Al Davis couldn't find nobody that would work for the Raiders at that time. Yep. And then he was lucky Jimmy Johnson talked Norv Turner into coming to work for him the year later. I'm just saying, no one wanted to.
Fuck
after
Norv
John
Turner,
Gruden
dude.
left.
Fuck
when
Norv
you
Turner.
trade, when you
that crater
when you
face
trade,
motherfucker.
when you trade the coach that got you out of the funk to another team, the other NFL owners might not say nothing, but they don't look at you like you're very smart anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like you've lost a lot of when he traded John Gruden, I think he lost a lot of his nostalgia with the rest of the owners. It was like, you know what, this it's a wrap.
They were like, you're tripping. So, yeah, that shit was rougher than Norv Turner's dermabrasion.
So that's why he hired Art Shell, because he couldn't hire nobody else. If you think about it, that was the longest at that time. That was the longest period of time between the end of the season and the Super Bowl that no coach had been hired. You know what I'm saying? Come on, guys. Let's go back and look at the facts. That's why we got Art Shell. So Art Shell, fuck Art Shell. 2.0, you fucked up your 1.0. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, damn. I'm about to lead off this show with that soundbite. Fuck Art Shell. I'm like, damn.
But he kept it real with the hat, bro. He still had that shit sitting
that corduroy
on the top of his head like this.
That corduroy on the top, bro. Yeah, that corduroy ribbed hat. That ribbed corduroy, dude. Right on top.
And I remember and at that time they used to have a Raider Nation celebration at the Coliseum. Okay, so first they used to have like a Raider a booster party that would be like in Jack London Square. You know what I'm saying? And then they stopped doing that after Gruden left. So after Gruden left, they start holding like a Raider Nation celebration. And if you had season tickets, they would give you like a free ticket to this thing called Raider Nation Celebration. And it would be like today's training camp session, like you get to go to like you do to now, today's training camp. And I remember going to the Raider Nation Celebration, and I remember they introduced all the coaches, and Art Shell was Rob Ryan was introduced before Art Shell.
Oh shit!
And Rob Ryan got introduced into a round of applause. Like we all wanted Al Davis to hire Rob Ryan as the head coach, but he didn't. He hired Art Shell. So when Rob Ryan got called as Rob Ryan, defensive coordinator, we gave him a round of applause. And then when they introduced Art Shell, it was like crickets. Like, I swear to God, it was nothing. His applause were nothing like the ones that we gave Rob Ryan. You know what I'm saying? And then Randy Moss comes out of the locker room with an old school Raider helmet on, and then you had read in the news that you had pit drills going on, shit that wasn't happening in the NFL at that time. You had John Madden commenting on the team going back into, the 60s and 70s, the way they was doing their drills and shit, And so when I saw Randy Moss come out of the locker room, this was before the season even started. I saw Randy Moss come out the locker room with that fucking that you could buy at the gift shop. He had that shit on. I was like, this nigga's not taking this shit serious. I never liked Randy Moss.
No.
I'm telling you, bro.
No.
I can't talk about how hard of a fan I am. I'm not even going to brag about that. Look, I've been down this road Been through a whole lot of shit.
That was 2006, right? That was like
that was the year that I bought a whole season worth of tickets, and I still got. Matter of fact, I should go through my. I still have the rest of those. I went to 2 games.
That was the year of Aaron Brooks, Kirk Morrison. We had Andrew Walter, Justin Fargas was there. Lamont Jordan was like the only bright spot that season. Johnny Morant, Alvis Whitted. Bruh, if you're a Raider fan and you recognize these names, you've been through the dark time with us.
You've been through the dark time.
Tyler Brayton, Turtle Sands, bruh, Lance Johnstone.
Just imagine buying tickets, 2 seats at that time.
Yeah.
Just imagine that.
You got to see Nnamdi Asomugha.
To see what Al
Stanford
Davis
route, bruh.
Was doing with the team at that
Fabian
time.
Washington. You had your Fabian Washington jersey ironed on.
Ironed on jerseys were sad, man.
I've been. You know what? This is why it's so easy for me to be critical of Derek Carr. This is why.
Oh shit!
It's so simple for me to say this dude ain't it, because I've been through Jay Schrader. I saw Jay Schrader play. I saw Jim Plunkett. I saw Todd Marinovich. I saw Dan Pastorini play for the Raiders. I saw all these failures, you see? So for me to hang on to, for lack of a better phrase, somebody's nuts for 7 years because y'all drafted him in the second round and he's the only thing that's shown you a vision once in 7 years, can't do it. Can't do it. You know, Jason Campbell showed me a vision once in 4 years, 3 years.
But mistaken. Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
That's Kane right now, man. That's Kane right now, man.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go. Hey, I'm just saying, man. I got all these Derek Carr motherfuckers. I'm telling you,
you merely adopted the darkness.
I could wipe y'all slate clean with the truth. You know what I'm saying? I can wipe your fucking slate clean with the truth. And my brother Homer, you will come around soon. Come around.
We'll see, man. I mean, we've been critical of Carr, man, but if this dude starts lighting up the scoreboard and you think I'm going to root for him, you're goddamn right I'm going to root for him.
Of course I am.
But, man, we got to see that happen. Yes. So that's a perfect segue, man. So let's talk about this draft, bro, because we've been saying it. We've been making all these excuses. But, yes, we do need to get the dude some weapons, right? We do need to get him some weapons. So, Kane, you've been on fire tonight, so I'm going to let you keep running with this. I know you've been chomping at the bit to talk about the draft. So we're going to go in this order. We're going to go Kane. We're going to go Bobby. Che's going to back clean up, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts after you guys all have a chance to speak. Let me let you guys clear the air real quick. But Kane, take this, man. Pick number 12, and in the 2020 NFL draft, the Oakland Raiders select.
Okay, so you want me to give you like a big fucking board, or just one pick?
Just
who I hope we
at number 12. At number 12.
Select this pick.
At number 12. Who you think they're going to pick, dog? Who's there?
Not even looking at the big board and who other teams might pick or whatever. Just who I want you to pick at 12.
I mean, you could fold all that into it. I mean, tell me who they're going to pick and tell me why that happens there and who wasn't there and
So I'm gonna say Ruggs, Henry Ruggs III at 12. And the reason why I say that is because Judy and Lamb will already be off the board.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
I'm going to leave it at that.
And what do you like about Ruggs? I mean, are you happy with that? Is that a just because, or are you happy with that?
Ruggs dropped what? 5 passes?
2.
3, 4, 3.
2 passes.
In 3 years?
Yep.
With the team? Yeah.
But,
Derek Carr.
Yep.
Derek Carr needs if we're talking about sticking with Derek Carr needs a receiver that he can trust. He needs another Michael Crabtree. We all know this. We all know this, but we don't talk about it. A lot of us don't. Some of us do. He needs another Michael Crabtree.
He loses trust in receivers, bro. He does lose trust, and then they disappear, bro. Amari Cooper disappeared for that reason, and for good reason. But I can go through a list of guys that just disappeared. Derek Carr don't trust you. That's it. He don't pull the trigger. He ends up. It's a big reason why last year everyone said we had a better offensive line last year than we had in 2016. But in 2016, Derek Carr took 16 sacks. In 2019, Derek Carr took 29 sacks.
Ooh.
Why is that?
Because he don't trust his receiver.
Because he's not pulling the trigger back there.
He was taught by his older brother to not trust his offensive line. I think he listens to David a little too much. But anyway, whatever. Okay. So
okay.
He does. But anyway, he needs to go. The Raiders should go if Judy and Lamb is off the board, and Ruggs is the next receiver.
Before we move on to Bobby, because I'm interested to hear your answer to this. If all three of those guys are sitting there at 12, which one do you pick? Do you stick with Ruggs, or do you go with somebody else?
I go Judy.
You go Jerry Judy. Okay. All right. You like that size?
I like that route running, that reliable receiver that Derek Carr needs. That's why I don't actually like him more than I like Ruggs, but I think he fits Derek Carr's MO or the quarterback that Carr is. And if we're sticking with Carr, then he needs a guy that runs a solid route. He needs another Amari Cooper, 2016 Amari Cooper.
Valid. Bobby, you're next, man. In the 2020 NFL Draft, at pick number 12, the Las Vegas Raiders select.
Oh, you're giving me number 12.
Yeah, we're just going to give her 12. Then. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I mean, yeah, that's the obvious the obvious thing that we need at 12 is going to be a wide receiver. Definitely got Lamb on take right there. Honestly, he's just an all-around player, and that's what I like about the kid. The kid got explosiveness. He can move. He got hands, and that's honestly, there's not really much anything out of that. Is that what's going to happen? Knowing what I have seen the last couple years, shit, I don't want to say it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think something crazy like us trading down and trying to get a second draft pick is most likely what's going to end up happening. And it pains me to say that because I don't want that to happen. I don't want to pass up on any of these top three wide receivers that are, yes, it is a very, very deep wide receiver class that we have coming up in the draft. But at the same time, why would you want to pass up on players like that? It just reminds me of a couple years ago when we ended up passing Derwin James a couple times. And I know it's a broken record. Everyone keeps saying it all the time, but I don't regret nothing at all. I like Miller where he's at, and I definitely like the improvement that he's done. He's definitely made that line solid as far as his side of it. Yeah, I'm glad you make that call back, man, because to everybody that was disappointed with the Miller pick that day, and we were momentarily, but we got on the air and we kind of smoothed that out. Y'all feel real comfortable right now with him at left tackle, don't you? You're real happy about that pick right now, because for the long haul, for the foreseeable future, Colton Miller's a lock on the left side of that line. So,
not looking at Mekhi Beckel, but he's a lock. Yeah.
Che, man,
I think I'd rather have Derwin James than be going after Mekhi Beckel right now.
Che, it's on you, brother. Number 12 pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, and the Las Vegas Raiders select.
I mean, I hate to copy Bobby, but I've been saying Lamb, man. If Lamb is there, I don't know, man. I just got this gut feeling about the kid that he is that guy that if you pass up, you're going to be fucking regretting it for the next fucking 12 years, 15 years, however long his career goes, and saying, like, we could have had that guy. We could have drafted that guy. That guy reminds me a lot he's not a guy that like jumps off the screen as far as like blinding speed or anything like that, but he's so technically like perfect. Like the motherfucker runs his routes really well. He high points the ball really well.
It's acrobatic.
We've seen the highlight. Yeah, we've seen the highlight reels, right? Like all these grabs, one-handed grabs, all this. But the guy has amazing ball skills, and that's shit that you can't teach.
No.
Right? Just like everybody says, like, oh, yeah, you can't teach speed. Well, you can't teach somebody to fucking just be a motherfucker that goes out there and gets the ball, bro. Like, the guys ain't built like that, and you can't teach that. That's like instinct. That's like natural, like your natural fucking like ability, God-given ability. Like, I can see the ball when motherfuckers can't. I can grab the ball when motherfuckers can't. That's something that can't be taught. You can run them through fucking jugs machines, all that kind of shit. But the kind of plays that dude makes, that shit can't be taught. No. That's just God-given ability.
Yep.
And that motherfucker gets up there, gets his hands on the balls, and even though he's not running them high 4.2s, there's plenty of film out there of him running away from fucking defense, bro.
It don't matter.
So to me, it's like I put him in, like, he's one of those guys like a fucking DeAndre Hopkins who's like combine doesn't show like amazing speed, but goddamn it, if he doesn't end up with 100 fucking receptions, and 1,500 yards and 10 fucking TDs, 15 TDs, like that's how I see this dude. There's just there's just a gut feeling about him. Brown. And the other thing that I say to that, in addition, because we all know about Judy and Ruggs, but Judy and Ruggs had each other. Okay, they played on the same fucking team. Okay, and Lamb was out there by himself. Name the receiver that was opposite the side of Lamb.
Shit, I don't even know his fucking name. And I watch college football every Saturday. Goddamn.
There you go. So what I'm saying is, for those reasons alone, I gotta give him the edge over the other two, because this guy didn't have to have anybody else to depend on, right? He didn't have another dude that was going to cause the safeties to have to make a decision. What side of the field do I have to go on, or whatever? Who am I going to double cover this game, right? He was out there by himself, and everybody knew he was the number one receiver. So I just like the dude. I just got this gut feeling, man, that's the guy. If he's there, please grab that dude, so we have another fucking legend, somebody that can fucking grow with this team and become like the Raider of the decade. You know what I mean? That's how I feel he'd be.
Feel you. I guess it's on me. Before I give you my pick, let me just say I love this pick this year, because we're in a position right now after free agency where I think it's crystal clear where the Raiders go at 12. And I think we're all on the same page with wide receiver. The signing of Kwiatkowski and Littleton really eliminate the need for linebacker at the top of this draft. They went out in free agency, solidified the middle of that defense. Malik Collins, Kwiatkowski, Corey Littleton, the middle looks solid. You got the youngsters still in there. You got Max Crosby on the edge, Cleveland Farrell on the edge. You got Trayvon Mullen on the outside. We got to address corner, and we'll get to that. The safety position looking like it could be pretty good. Jonathan Abrams is going to be back there. Who's going to be playing opposite him? Still kind of a question mark at this point. I think they're going to try a lot out in training camp. But I say all that to say this. It's clear to me. The hole on this roster and the speak that's been coming out of the front office is we got to get car weapons. So I think it's wide receiver. Now, Kane, you shocked me because I didn't think anybody else was going to say this, but I'm in agreement with Kane, man. I think for me, my pick is Henry Ruggs. Now, I've been talking to you guys. You know, CeeDee Lamb, he's my favorite wide receiver in this draft, but I don't see him being there. I think Arizona is going to pick up CeeDee Lamb. They want to pair him with the lollipop kid out there. They need to get him a weapon too. He's running for his life last year. I see CD going to Arizona. So I think Henry Ruggs, man, when I sat down and thought about this too, I thought, you know what? It's the Raiders, and Mike Mayock and John Gruden, as diligent as they are, as disciplined as they are with their picks, I still think they value the same philosophy that Al Davis carried: size and speed. Ruggs, he's only 5'11", but he is a stocky dude. He's a stout dude. But that 4.27 that he ran?
Tyreek Hill 2.0, baby.
I think that opens eyes. I like Ruggs. He could turn a short pass into a big play. You could take a 7-yard catch, turn it into 60 yards. As Kane said, only two dropped
Jerry Rice.
Only 2 drop passes in the past 2 seasons. In college, 25% of his catches went for touchdowns. 25% of his catches. I have a note here looking at Carr's 2019 season, which was statistically his best versus his 2016 season. The biggest difference is touchdowns and sacks. In 2016, he had like 9 more touchdowns, but nearly half as many sacks. The addition of Ruggs as an every down situation, home run threat, could bring Carr stats back in with the performance that produced the Raiders' best season in over a decade. So you got Williams on the other side, the reliable vet with the size and high point ability. Renfro, the third down conversion machine with Velcro hands. Waller's the glue. He's the epitome of offensive consistency. And Ruggs, it's the game breaker that this offense has been missing for years. He's a game breaker we thought we had and had at times with Amari Cooper. But this kid comes back. I think his heart's in the right place. More of a football than Amari Cooper ever will be. And I like
Oh my God.
I like Ruggs, man. I like Ruggs. I think that speed and the silver and black, it's exactly what Derek Carr needs. His ability to take a short pass to the house is going to make that 7-yard career average per attempt that Derek Carr has.
That slant. That Jerry Rice, that Tim Brown slant.
That dig route.
15 yards.
Yep.
That dig route can go 15 fucking yards down the field. Even if it don't score a touchdown, it's going to give you 15 yards.
My biggest concern with Ruggs is, will his 4.27 speed convert to the NFL? You tend to see some fall off from the rookie wide receivers in regards to speed, at least pre-catch. These guys are in their heads. It's a different type of game than what they're used to in college. In college, they got one guy on the sideline that they pay attention to, and that's their position coach telling them what to do. In the NFL, he's going to be hearing that from Derek Carr, and he's got to go out there. He's got to make those adjustments on his own. So pre-catch may slow down, but once that kid gets the ball in his hands and the instincts take over, I think it's a non-issue.
DK Metcalf.
It's a non-issue.
DK Metcalf they thought the same thing about DK Metcalf, man.
Yep.
And by week 13, 14, DK Metcalf was developed into a receiver, to a speedy receiver. Same thing with Tyreek Hill, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to go out and get one of these guys to compete with the other receivers in your division. And you have, if right now you have Aguilar, you have Tyrell Williams, you have Hunter Renfro, you have Waller, Witten, and Moreau. You have 80% speed right now. You got 80% speed. You bring in this guy, you're 95% of your receivers are faster than 70% of the cornerbacks in the NFL right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even if they don't run perfect routes, they can get open. And really, I think that's what Derek Carr's problem is. I think Derek Carr is a gunslinger, but he was a gunslinger when Musgrave allowed him to do that. John Gruden allow you. A lot of that too was a shotgun offense. John Gruden likes his quarterbacks under center. Derek Carr, not comfortable there. Not comfortable. So best of both worlds. You get yourself a burner on the outside that can catch that short pass and take it house. That's why I like Henry Ruggs. So let me warn all of y'all right now, because some of y'all might be scratching your heads. Kane and I don't always agree, but when we have in the past, historically, we've been right more than we've been wrong. When Kane and I are on the same page, we've been right more than we've been wrong. So you're on notice. All right, pick number 19. Lamar Jackson, Cleveland Farrell. We told you, we gave you these pearls of wisdom. Y'all didn't want them, but now you got to sit with them. I talked about Foster Moreau before he was even fucking drafted by the Raiders, man. Come on, man.
All right, guys.
We ain't stupid. We're not stupid Raider fans over here.
It's time to move down to pick number 19. Now, this is a pick the Raiders could do a lot with. If you guys want to say, if you guys want to tell me that they're going to trade back, do so. But give me one of the players they're going to get with that trade back right now if you're going to do that. Because they very well could move out of 19 right here, I think. There's a lot of ways this could go down on April 23rd. But let's start off with number 19. Let's flip it. Bobby, you're going to still bat middle. But Shay, you're batting leadoff on this one. Pick number 19, 2020 NFL Draft. The Las Vegas Raiders select.
Oh, man. So, look, I saw I saw this thing. I saw somebody post this the other day, and they were doing like a mock draft, and they drafted CeeDee Lamb first, right, with the number 12 pick. And it just so happened that 19 comes around, and they still had Ruggs on the board.
Oh, damn.
And I saw that shit, and I said, well, damn, I mean,
that could happen.
If you could get them both, if you could grab them both, I wouldn't be mad at that.
That double shooter?
What? Like, I wouldn't be.
Bang, bang.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang. Right? So, I mean, shout out to whoever that person was. I can't remember who was that posted that. But, I mean, that's a reality, too, though. That it's not out of the realm of possibility that these receivers, because there are so many of them, that a lot of these teams could be thinking, well, I could get one later, right? We've been told and we've been hearing how wide and how big of a wide receiver draft class there is this season, and how you can get one later in the rounds and whatnot. There's a very good possibility that some of these teams say, well, you know what? We're going to take our chances. We're going to pass up some of these guys, draft some of these more limited positions, and then maybe this kind of scenario does actually happen. And you do have a Ruggs, or even maybe a Judy. I don't know. Maybe a Judy lasts till 19. Is it real? Is it possible? Yes. Will it happen? Probably not. But I'm going to say Judy. I'm going to say Ruggs. Let's say Ruggs. Let's say 19 Ruggs. We go with Ruggs. Now you got your consistent, the guy with the amazing ball skills, the dude that I really like, and then you got the burner to go alongside him.
Yeah,
I would love that. I would love that. Will the Raiders go receiver? Probably not. But in chess world, let's take two receivers, bro.
No, man, it could definitely happen. There's going to be a run on quarterbacks. You know that. Arizona, I said they could take CeeDee, but you know what? Their offensive line is a mess too. So there's a couple tackles that can go up there at the top. Okuda is going to go. Isaiah Simmons is going to go. Chase Young is going to go. You're not going to see all three of those wide receivers gone by pick number 19. So whether they go two wide receivers or not, that's a question that remains to be answered. But having two of those three being available, that's very, very much a possibility. Very much a possibility. So
and tempting,
that's a possibility, but damn it, you know what? That's a possibility, but I'm gonna just say this.
But I like it. It's wild. I like it. That's a Che ass pick right there. That's wild, man. I like that.
I gotta make this point. I gotta make this point with all the homies right here, right now. I gotta make this point. I've been telling y'all motherfuckers, the Raiders don't draft linebackers and wide receivers in the first round. So you know what they went out and did. Now let's think about this. Being an organization that
Amari Cooper has entered the chat.
Hey, listen, he can enter the chat. He was the last motherfucker to be drafted before garbage ass DHB. Anyway, listen, my point that I'm trying to make.
Rolando McClain has entered the chat.
Bro, we're talking beyond. Okay, I know that. But I'm saying we're talking. These are picks they're trying. Yeah. So as an organization, if you don't, Mark Davis, my daddy didn't do this type thinker. Mm-hmm. Okay. You ain't gonna draft two wide receivers in the first round. First, you might not even draft one in the first round, mm-hmm. thinking of how you have to pay these players the way shit go.
Amari Cooper has left the chat.
You don't draft a linebacker in the first round because linebackers don't play 3 downs. Unless you only draft a linebacker in the first round, unless that linebacker plays 3 downs. Mm-hmm. You only draft a wide receiver in the first round unless this wide receiver scores what? Touchdowns. All right, not gives us yards after the catch. Mm-hmm. Not gives us. All he does is score touchdowns. That's what I'm saying. So my point is this: you'd be lucky to see us draft. Now I would love to see us draft a wide receiver at 12. Don't mean that it's gonna happen.
Bobby,
I've been saying this all on Twitter and the whole nine. And I ain't trying to take the whole conversation over. Let me get real quick. it's a possibility that you might see a cornerback drafted.
Okay, hold on, Kane, because your turn's coming up. All right, it's Bobby's turn. It's Bobby's turn. Bobby, at pick number 19, man. Who do you got?
Well, that's funny that Kane happens to mention cornerback, because I was actually thinking of Stephon Diggs' cousin, man, Trayvon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
And his brother.
Oh, that's his brother? Okay, my bad. I thought it was his cousin for some reason. Yeah, man. I mean, dude, look where he's coming from. He's coming from Alabama. He's a tall kid. His speed is okay. It's not the best, but he definitely has that awareness as well, because he used to be a wide receiver.
He's got that pedigree.
He definitely, exactly, man. So he's definitely, and not only that, he's played wide receiver and cornerback in Alabama as well. Mm-hmm. So he definitely got that kind of experience like Deion has. He's not the exact same as Deion. I'm not saying that, but he definitely has that awareness where he would be able to actually jump the route and be able to actually, get that ball, be a ball hawk, man. And that's the one thing that we do need help with is cornerbacks.
All right.
Spit it, Bobby.
Spit fire.
Spit it, baby.
I know Kane's happy.
Baby.
I know Kane's happy because for weeks now, Kane's just been like, Trayvon Diggs, don't at me. Trayvon Diggs, don't at me. Kane, are you picking Diggs right here too at number 19?
Hey, I watch a lot of SEC football, man. Mm-hmm. Diggs, baby. And I like AJ Terrell. I won't be mad if we draft AJ Terrell, but I like Diggs better. I like Diggs ball hawk. Diggs is a ball hawk.
Yep.
He's a fucking ball hawk, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's fast as his brother. Or faster, actually. Could be faster.
I'm about to piss y'all off because my pick, cornerback out of Florida, C.J. Henderson.
Oh, he's not even going to be on the fucking board when we draft.
Yeah. C.J. Henderson.
The only thing about C.J. Henderson that I didn't really like, man, is that he doesn't like to hit. He tries to be a ball hawk too much, and that's exactly what I was going to say, Kane. It reminded me of Conley, man, and it's cool if you can make it happen, but we need you to crack somebody as well.
Mm-hmm. But you know what's funny? Charles Woodson came out with that same don't like to hit mentality, but he turned into a ball hawk hitter when he turned into a safety.
I think so.
Charles Woodson was a PI magnet. That's interference at first for his first 5 years. He was. He's the man. Love you, Charles. I'm just saying.
So I like Henderson here because he's a compliment to Mullen on the opposite side. Henderson's size, his length, he's got the wiry build. I just like how long this guy is. He's going to be all over wide receivers. The other thing, too, Diggs playing mostly in his zone. Henderson's been playing press. He's been playing man his entire college career. Even with an ankle injury last year, he was first team all SEC as a junior. 11 pass breakups, 33 tackles with the ankle injury. I think he had like 6 interceptions prior to that.
The speed of Diggs.
Started all 27 games in the year in his career. He's got that quick close ability. I like both of these guys. I went back and forth on this, and I pretty much went Henderson because I knew Kane was going to give you guys something to talk about with Diggs. But if my guy C.J. Henderson, that's where I'm going to go on here. This is not really my gut feeling. It's just more of I wanted to be on the other side. I wanted to be on another page as y'all kind of round this out a little bit more. But I want
to hear what Shay think.
Shay gave you his pick.
I went to use the bathroom. I'm sorry. Who did he pick?
I threw up the unlikely scenario that Ruggs is still there, bro. We go receiver.
Okay, so you was on the same page as me. Right on, my brother.
What makes me nervous about this conversation is everybody's picking wide receiver and corner, which tells me that's not going to happen.
Damn it. I think corner can happen more than fucking receiver. I honestly do. The Raiders will take a cornerback faster than they would take a wide receiver in the first round.
The thing is like, I've been a Raider fan. For the last decade, we've been picking corners late in the draft. We did it last year. Not so much late in the draft last year, more mid. But they love getting these corners in the late rounds and having them work their way onto the roster. But we're in a position right now where we can't do that. I know they went out and tried to sign Eli Apple. All of Raider Nation breathed a big sigh of relief when that fell through. Nobody was really excited about that. So got to feel that. I know Isaiah's there. He's waiting in the wings too. But something tells me that kid's not ready to be the number 2 corner. So I would like to see this. I know all of you would like to see this. But if it doesn't happen, where do the Raiders go? If they don't go corner and wide receiver, what are some of the other positions that are out there that they could possibly pick up? And that's a conversation we could pick up probably next week, because we're going to be talking draft for at least one more week too. And then we got our post-draft reaction. So we'll save that for the next show. Some possible other scenarios that can pan out if this does not work out the way we're talking about it, the way the rest of Raider Nation is talking about it. Everybody's talking about it like it's a done deal, which lets you know it's all but a done deal, because the Raiders will surprise in the draft. Will surprise.
Far from it.
Far from it.
And that's the part that I really enjoy, man, is that after those first couple rounds, because then it's like, what can you find? Can you find another Max Crosby out there? Can you find another Hunter Renfrow out there? Like, what is it that you could find deep in the draft, man? So I'm definitely excited to hear what you guys are projecting that we get, deep into that third round, into that fifth round.
That's a good question.
See what the hell we're going to get there, because it's more than likely that we are going to be, trying to sell something to try to get something for the second round. But man, I really want to hear your guys' takes on some of that deep draft right there, man. It's gonna be an awesome week next week, man, for damn sure.
It is. And we're still waiting to see. I mean, how is this draft going to pan out? It's going to be virtual, right, with the players at home. What are the logistics of this? I haven't gotten to pay too much attention to it. Does somebody, one of you guys, know how they're actually going to, host this draft? Excuse me.
I thought it was going to be something similar to what we're doing right now, and it'll be on television.
That's what it is. But does the GM and the coach, do they get to be in the same room with each other, or what's that look like?
I think everybody's going to be from their own house.
I don't like
what
that.
What they ended up doing was the ruling is that if for some reason one team couldn't do it in their facilities, then none of the teams could do it in their facilities. So everyone has to try to find some sort of quote unquote neutral area where they can do it. If anything, what would be awesome is if they could swing it, is if they can get out to those vineyards, man, out in Napa Valley to try to get to wherever Seawood does his wine, because I believe I heard that the Saints are doing it from a brewery or some place like that, and they have to be separate, like
Sweet Bear Wine,
almost like damn near like separate rooms, but like just like at the opposite corners of the whole room or whatever.
Sweet Bear Wine.
Like, hey man, that's right, dog.
Mike Mayock.
Hey, so you know what?
Let me tell y'all
something real funny, and y'all finna laugh at me, and y'all should cut me off this fucking feed after
Sweet
I tell
Bear
you this.
Wine.
I had stock in Zoom. This is the fucking honest truth. I'm looking at you in my goddamn camera, and I'm telling you, I had stock in Zoom. And when the shit went to like $140 a share, I sold it. I sold every last share that I had. And right now, Zoom stock is bubbling. While the rest of the stock market is fucked up, Zoom is bubbling, and my dumb ass playing with money that I shouldn't have been fucking playing with.
You're gonna like it. I need some cheese.
Steve, what kind of wine is that you're drinking? I can't see, hon.
Sweet berry wine.
I fucking sold all of my stock of Zoom. I don't even own not one fucking share, and I own 100 shares of this shit when it was like $75 a share. Oh my God, I could kick myself, dude. My fucking 401k.
That's what you get for getting drunk and high every night, Kane. Damn, bro. You're on that sweet berry wine.
But I don't be drunk and high during the day when I'm playing the stock market and fucking around at work.
You were drinking that peanut Nor, huh? You were drinking that peanut Nor.
I was looking at the stock market as like it's hit its peak. Zoom has hit its peak. It's not going to get any bigger at this point until the world starts to something had to happen like this for Zoom to get bigger. And, you know, it's funny because I'm not rich like Donald Trump, so I can't keep losing money in the stock market. So when shit start dropping and you bought it and it was $80 a stock and then go up to like $140 and then now it's starting to drop to like 120, 110, 1. If you watching the stock market every day and you watching this stock, a particular stock, then you be like, okay, I'm gonna sell this shit because I'm losing money in my 401k right now.
Hey,
and so,
hey,
you know,
hey, Kramer.
Zoom is fucking bubbling right now. Zoom stock is bubbling right now, and I'm so fucking stupid. All
right, this is Mad Money with Raider Kane. Let's get off the stock market, man, because we're over here like I got nothing to say, man. I ain't got all those big fancy buttons that Jim Cramer has. I can't be blowing up your screen with a bunch of crazy graphics and shit. If
you should just smash some fruit, dog.
Sweet bear wine.
Hey, I want y'all to go back. Zoom just IPO'd. Zoom just IPO'd like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Go back and look at Zoom. Yeah. Zoom just IPO'd.
All right.
Like 6, maybe within the last year.
Okay.
So go back and look when they first IPO'd and when they.
I'll take your word for it, man. I'll take your word for it, bro. But
hey, you know what? When you motherfuckers get my age, the stock market will matter to you.
I'm on that pension plan. I'm on that pension plan, bro.
Your fucking retirement.
I'm a city employee. I'm leaning on my pension and my deferred payment. Okay. But we're not going to talk finances, man. I'll tune into KGO for that. But man, it's been cool. It's been cool talking to you guys, man. We'll do this again next week. I know I was hesitant to pull the trigger on this, but phone calls from all of y'all, phone calls from some of the pillagers saying, man, just we don't care, bring it back. We brought it back. Right. So give us your feedback. Tell us how it went. And if you want us to do this some more, I didn't even get a chance to look and see if we had any phone calls. I don't think so. The phone line's been pretty quiet.
I feel like we ain't even talked about it enough, but okay, it's good. Y'all done let me sit up here and start drinking and shit. Now y'all ready to go. That's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody told you to start drinking, bro.
Now I'm ready to talk, and y'all ready to go. You know what I mean?
You've been talking, bro.
Wait.
All right, save it for next week, man. We've been on the air for an hour and a half already. We ain't talked about enough. Then I don't know what else we need to talk about. Hey, but
it's a whole lot of shit to talk about when you've been alone for the last.
I feel you, man. We can stay on the air. We can stay on the air after this, but I got to edit this out and I got to get it out to the people. So with that, we'll say that's it for this week's show. Make sure you tune in every single week, wherever podcasts are found. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined this week by
your boy Chit.
Biggity Kane, baby. I'm here.
And Bobby Wasabi.
That's it. Stay safe, everyone. Until next week, keep the wind in your sails and the rum in your mugs and pillage on, Raider Nation. We out here. Peace.
Raiders.
Like a freight train coming, you're blowing the town.